Washington Grown is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Agriculture's Specialty Crop Block Grant Program and Northwest Farm Credit Services, supporting agriculture and rural communities with reliable, consistent credit and financial services today and tomorrow.
Hi everyone, I'm Christy Gordson and welcome to Washington Grown. What's lean, green, and a power machine? Well, yes, our Seahawks of course, but I'm also talking about the mighty spinach. And in this episode of Washington Grown, we're going to learn all about how spinach nourishes our mind, our body, and our team. We'll visit a slice of Italy at Spinasse in Seattle, where we'll make spinach pansoti. It's even more delicious when you put this much effort into it.
Right.
Val will visit a spinach seed farm to learn how wind pollination gives this crop its start.
Males will be destroyed once pollination is complete.
Thank you, males.
Yes.
Bye.
And I'll be entering the big leagues at the Seahawks Training Center, where the team's nutritionist will show me how Washington spinach fuels our Hawks. And its beautiful color of green, which is very fitting for the Seahawks, right? All this and much more today on Washington Grown. We grow them big in Washington. Yeah. You're like, I can put her to work.
Right now. Oh yeah. Are you getting tired already?
No,
Am I doing this right?
It's like Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory.
This is one of the hardest things I've ever done on this show. Cheers. Thanks for having us. Transport yourself to northern Italy from one of Seattle's best Italian restaurants, Spinasse. Known for its authentic food and rustic yet classical feel, Spinasse comes highly recommended and is a beloved spot for Seattleites.
This is the best place to get a really quality meal in Seattle.
It's not the run of the mill, and when we travel, we like to go to places that are unlike some of the other places we've been.
Local, romantic, intimate in a sense, but you just feel special, and they recommend some of their favorites.
This is the best Italian restaurant in town.
We're a Piemontese restaurant, so we're up right by the Alps, right next to France. And so this is a little bit different Italian cuisine than most people are used to. We're a little bit richer, a lot more butter, dairy, fresh pasta, than like spaghetti marinara, that kind of thing.
Executive Chef Stuart Lane and his team create delicious, authentic Italian food that features their fresh-made pasta.
Yeah, pasta is pretty much the king,
Pasta, pasta, pasta.
Yeah.
You can even watch their pasta maker in the kitchen.
He's kind of like the star of the show.
Yeah.
Like definitely if you come in and eat, you can see him making it in the window, and he'll definitely put a little flair on it here or there just to, he kind of likes it.
He's a showman.
Yeah, for sure.
Along with the homemade pasta, Spinasse is a very seasonal restaurant and uses fresh food from local growers.
The seasonal ingredient is the most important thing. The menu, to some degree, almost writes itself.
Later in the show, Chef Lane will be teaching me how to make a traditional spinach-filled pansoti.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ignore that, yeah.
Today, Val is in Mount Vernon at a spinach seed farm to learn how a spinach crop gets its start.
To get fresh, great-tasting spinach, there have to be seeds to grow it first. I'm talking with farmer Todd Johnson to learn about the art of growing spinach seed.
This looks like I can just pick it and eat it, but that's not the case, is it?
No, we're producing a spinach seed for the baby leaf spinach market in California and Arizona. Everybody tends to go buy their bagged spinach at the grocery store, and pretty much most of the seed originates here in the Skagit Valley and surrounding areas.
Spinach seed grows by wind pollination with male and female plants.
Okay, so this is the male, the kind of spikier leaf,
Yep.
and then some of the softer, rounder leaves,
Yes.
just like a lady.
Yep. The pollen blows from the male plants. Over to the female plants. And when they're receptive, they pollinate right here, and seed starts growing right in there.
Oh my goodness, itty
and it
bitty.
starts itty bitty. And at that point, the males will be destroyed once pollination is complete.
Thank you, males.
Yes.
Bye.
done their job. They've done their job. They're done. And at that point, we come along and we harvest the seed.
Now, do you like shake them up after they're nice and dry, or?
Well, basically, we run them through a combine.
Oh, okay.
There's various different sizes of seed on a plant, spinach plant. So it's all sized and then sold according to seed size.
Todd and his team harvest almost 75 million seeds per acre.
Our maritime climate, our warm days, cool nights are just ideal for seed production. We can get a plant with 300, 400, 500 seeds on a plant or more.
Wow. But no farm is perfect. One of the biggest challenges Todd faces is a fungal disease called Fusarium wilt.
When we grow a spinach crop in a field, it naturally puts this fungus in the ground.
Oh.
And there's no real way to eradicate it other than basically time. And over the years, each consecutive year, the level of Fusarium lowers in the soil. So that's why we have to stay out approximately 12 to 15 years before we plant spinach again.
Spinach seed is one of the hardest things to grow, but Todd's farm now ships its seed all over the world.
So, do you like spinach? And if so, what's your favorite way to eat it?
I do like spinach. I have to admit, I didn't when I was younger.
Really? I have always loved spinach, cooked spinach.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like just fresh baby leaf spinach salad. Little ranch dressing or something on there.
Okay. Well, this has been great. Thank you so much for your time today and for all the work that you do and all the wonderful spinach that we enjoy.
Well, thanks, Val. I appreciate you coming out.
We're back in Seattle at the restaurant Spinasse, where you feel like you've been transported to northern Italy and you're eating pasta outside at an Italian trattoria.
It's very open here, but it's still quiet and kind of private, and there's lots of light.
When our guests, eat at Spinasse, they're very like at ease. They're very relaxed.
It's locally sourced, really great food, and I think this is the best place to get a really quality meal in Seattle.
The seasonal ingredient is the most important thing. The menu, to some degree, almost writes itself.
Chef Lane is going to teach me how to make a dish using the local and seasonal ingredient, spinach.
We're gonna make a spinach-filled pansoti. So it means little pot bellies. So
pot belly.
It's a little ravioli.
Stop talking about me that way.
It's a little ravioli with some walnuts.
Okay, lovely. And you call this a certain kind of spinach?
Yeah, it's Bloomsdale. It's just a little heartier. It's not like the baby spinach that's super tender and stuff.
Yeah. We begin to make the filling for our pansoti. We slice some garlic and saute it in extra virgin olive oil with salt. Then we stir in spinach and add a little bit of white wine.
Just whatever white wine you like to drink, whatever. Just a little bit.
Chef Lane cooks the spinach down until the stems are soft and fully cooked.
So now we've cooled the spinach and garlic down, and we've wrung it dry.
We put the spinach in a bowl and we add ricotta, parmesan, a touch of olive oil, salt and pepper, nutmeg, and lemon zest. And that's very simple.
Yeah.
Right?
It's the Italian, kind of let the ingredients shine.
Next, we mix it all together and have a taste test.
You can't mess this up. It's like however you like it.
Now that we have a delicious filling, it's time to make the pasta.
The common type of pasta to make for filled things is like a whole egg pasta because the egg whites kind of help that elasticity. So if you're stretching over like fillings and stuff, it's nice to have that elasticity. We kind of make it hard on ourselves. So we just use egg yolks because that's more the Piemontese style, is like use egg yolks for the tagliatelle, which is our like signature dish. And so we're gonna use an egg yolk dough. It'll still work really nice.
Once we have our pasta dough rolled out, we start to assemble the pansoti. First, Chef Lane folds the dough and cuts it in half. Nice.
Ignore that, yeah.
Then we cut the dough into little squares and put a good amount of filling into each one. Then we dab water onto two sides, fold it over into a triangle, and pinch the edges closed.
And like when you're doing any kind of filled thing, you really want to pinch it hard.
It's even more delicious when you put this much effort into it.
Right.
Right? Once all our pansoti are made, we salt some boiling water.
It's just, it'll taste like bland, basically, if you don't like season it really well.
Then we put the pansoti into the boiling water for a few minutes.
You can kind of pinch the pasta to see if it's cooked. I mean, you could just eat it. You could just wolf one. But I would say, like, you know, it's probably better to kind of
I'll just wolf one.
Yeah, just like down it and just be like, this needs a little more time. But, you know, you could basically pinch it, and if it's tender, you're good.
Finally, it's time to make sauce for this dish. Chef Lane sautés unsalted butter with toasted walnuts and salt. He drains the water from the pansoti and adds them to the pan, adding a final touch of spinach.
Where we're just gonna like really quickly cook the spinach. Like I'm basically gonna like put it in and then take it off. And just like let it wilt.
Now it's time to try this Spinasse spinach creation.
Look at that.
And then a little bit of Parmesan on top.
What a great little meal.
You can do a lot with spinach and pasta, and very simple though.
Yeah.
And delicious. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's pretty fast too.
I love it.
It
Yeah.
doesn't take that long.
I'm gonna have some more.
To get the recipe for Spinasse's spinach-filled pansoti, head to wagrown.com.
Growing spinach seed requires a lot of land. Do you know why? We'll have the answer when we come back.
Coming up, I'll learn about the research WSU is doing to help spinach seed farmers like Todd keep their crop healthy.
So the only place in the U.S. you can grow a spinach seed of high quality is Western Washington and Western Oregon.
It's amazing. And we'll be in the Second Harvest Kitchen trying out a viewer's spinach recipe that is perfect for Christmas morning.
After you harvest a spinach seed crop, you have to wait 12 to 15 years to plant spinach in that field again. So a farmer has to have access to a lot of land in order to rotate their crop.
We're here in Mount Vernon with Dr. Lindsay DeToy, who's a professor at Washington State University and a plant pathologist for the Mount Vernon Extension. Today, she's going to teach us about the science behind growing spinach seed.
So we're in a spinach seed crop, and spinach seed crops are grown in the USA only in Western Washington and Western Oregon. These crops produce flowers, which make seed, only when they get exposed to a long enough day. So you cannot grow spinach seed crops in California or Arizona and those states because the day length is not long enough.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Go Washington.
Yeah.
Go Northwest.
So we produce about 20% of the world's supply of spinach seed.
Spinach seed is grown by wind pollination, so it's important to keep the fields isolated.
If the grower who owns this crop has a neighbor who also wants to grow spinach seed crops, they either have to grow the same male line or they have to make sure their crops are isolated by a certain minimum standard.
I asked Dr. DeToy what pinning is.
So March 1st, they all meet here. If there's, say, 10 companies that are producing seed crops in this region, they have 10 numbers in a hat. They pull the numbers out, and whichever company pulls number one gets to place the first pin. This map represents all of the locations in 2018 where spinach seed crops have been planted. For this particular seed crop, for that variety to produce seed, it has correct genetics. It must be pollinated only by the male line in that field and not by the male spinach line in another field.
The program helps farmers by testing for Fusarium wilt in the soil and studying different fungal pathogens.
We're growing them for various reasons. It may be to identify them, what's causing a problem for the growers. It may be to produce inoculum for a test that we're actually trying to see what the fungus does or what treatments do to the fungus. Or it may be that we're extracting DNA so we can do some genetics studies on the pathogens. And these are spinach leaves that came from New Jersey. This turns out to be a fungus called Cercospora. It causes a leaf spot on spinach. So this is one example of some of the types of work we do.
It's because of people like Lindsay that seed growers and companies are able to bring beautiful, healthy, and fresh-tasting spinach to our tables.
Have you ever had Eggs Benedict? Well, what about Eggs Florentine? It's the same thing, but with spinach instead of Canadian bacon. During the Renaissance, Catherine de' Medici's favorite vegetable was spinach. When she left Florence to marry the King of France, she brought along her own cooks who could make spinach the way she liked it. Since then, dishes on a bed of spinach are referred to as à la Florentine, hence Eggs Florentine. Now, spinach Spinach can be eaten fresh or cooked and stands up well to heat, baking, and sautéing. Let's talk to our produce manager, Ralph, to learn how to keep your spinach fresh and tasty.
If it's not prepackaged spinach, take your fresh sponge spinach, wrap it up in a paper towel, store it in the refrigerator in a resealable plastic bag, and then wash it right before you serve it.
Thanks, Ralph. We can't talk about spinach without mentioning the famous sailor Popeye, whose amazing strength came from eating spinach. In fact, when Popeye was introduced in 1929, spinach became the third most popular children's food in the U.S., after turkey and ice cream. Who knew?
Coming up, we'll get the inside scoop on how the Seahawks are fueled by Washington spinach.
And it's a beautiful color of green, which is very fitting for the Seahawks, right? Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Now, usually when we're on the road, we're looking for exciting and awesome food trucks. This isn't really a food truck, it's more of a mobile oven. But what Veracci's Pizza is doing here in Kendall Yards of Spokane is taking fresh ingredients like spinach, and they're putting on a pizza that is so good, well, you're just gonna have to come try it for yourself. Let's go. Hey everybody, I'm here with Seth, the co-owner of Veracci's Pizza here in Spokane. Now, you own this with someone special, right?
I do, with my wife. We started in 2009 as a mobile cart. And 4 years ago, we opened a restaurant down the street here.
Now, you said a mobile cart. This cart, is this the cart you started with?
This is the original, yes.
This thing is incredible. I mean, we're talking about a wood brick oven on wheels. They also make their own fire oven crust with apple wood from local orchards out of eastern Washington. Today, Veracci is serving up a specialty pizza featuring fresh spinach.
Today we have the Veracci Spinach. It's on red sauce with our 3-cheese blend. And of course, you got the spinach, tomatoes, red onions, shaved Parmesan, and little mushrooms.
That is really good. Well, let's see what the people on the street think, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna love this. So let me ask you a question. Do you enjoy spinach?
I love spinach.
I love spinach.
I love spinach.
I actually eat it right out of the bag, just plain.
Is that really?
Yeah.
So have you considered putting spinach on your pizza?
Oh yes, I make my own homemade pizzas too.
Okay, this is like the homemade challenge right here. Give that guy a try.
That's really, really good. It's like summer tomatoes and spinach from your garden.
It's got the right color too. I think that's what adds to it.
They should run this as more than a special. I'm a fan.
Now you're a fan. Well, now you know what to order, right?
This is a keeper.
It's a keeper.
Today, we're in Hawk Country at the Seahawk training facility where players are getting their green on, not from the jerseys they wear, but from the food they eat, thanks to the team's nutritionist, Michelle Clark Mason.
Give me a little bit of background. How did you become the nutritionist for the Seattle Seahawks?
I had been a chef in restaurants around the Seattle area for about 25 years. I did my training with the Nutritional Therapy Association down in Olympia, and then started working with individual players. With the NFL, the teams aren't allowed to provide supplements. So if it's, football season is also flu season.
Yeah.
So I can't give them a vitamin C capsule. So we do it through the food. So a lot of times I will look, okay, for this condition, here is the nutrient we need, and then I start searching for foods rich in that nutrient. The guys now have to understand that you were meant to get the stuff from food.
Right, yeah.
Keeping the team healthy is a large responsibility, and Michelle relies on locally grown produce to give the players all those nutrients they need to play their best. One of her secret weapons is Washington-grown spinach.
One of my big focuses with the players, a lot of them understand the macronutrients. I need this much carbohydrate, I need this much protein, but it's the micronutrients that's the mineral density, the nutrient density with the minerals and the vitamins and the antioxidants. So those are the nutrients that break down if something's shipped a long way.
Yeah.
So spinach from Washington has a lot more vitamins and minerals and antioxidants than something that's been shipped from Central America.
Michelle fuels the Hawks with specialty smoothies that are jam-packed with fruits, veggies, and protein.
What are some of the favorites that the players have?
Well, every year more and more guys are doing the green smoothie.
So this is good looking spinach.
Yeah, it's tender, so it blends really well. You don't get that fibery texture to it. The antioxidant level is really high. There is some natural iron in it. And the color is beautiful when you blend it up.
I want to be game day ready, so I asked Michelle to show me how she makes her popular green smoothie. She starts most of her smoothies with an avocado to add healthy fat and creaminess. Next, she adds frozen mango and pineapple to add some acidity. Then it's time to add in the fresh spinach, followed by coconut milk, kombucha, orange juice, and coconut water. Then it's ready to be blended.
Cadillac of blenders.
That is, that's nice.
After the smoothie is blended, Michelle adds in protein powder.
Most of the smoothies we make are a mix of collagen protein and a whey, a grass-fed whey protein. So then it's just on. You can kind of see the creaminess.
Yeah, and that's it.
And that's it.
Wow. That was easy. And it's a beautiful color of green, which is very fitting for the Seahawks, right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
This is delicious. And it's
Thank
good
you.
to know that you are fueling the Hawks. It's going to win lots of games all the way.
I'll take any credit I'm given.
Awesome. Want to go run some lines out on the field now?
Tomas and I are here at the kitchen at Second Harvest Food Bank in Spokane. We're joined by Laurent Zarate. He's the chef and owner of Fleur de Sel Restaurant and Creperie, and we are the taste tester.
I know, what a tough job.
Somebody's got to do it.
That's right. So all the recipes that you, the viewer, sent to us, we appreciate it, and we get to taste test some of your recipes, or both. And the recipe today has to do with spinach.
Ooh, spinach.
So who here loves spinach?
Well, I used to hate it because I grew up with canned spinach. Did you?
Exactly.
And there's nothing worse than canned spinach.
Same.
Until I ate fresh spinach.
And then a whole new world opens up for you.
It's a different ballpark, you know?
And I'm sure that there's some things you can do with canned spinach, and we're glad that it's out there, right? Because otherwise we wouldn't have those memories as kids. Because my memory as a kid is canned spinach with vinegar on top. Right?
Interesting. Glad I didn't live with her.
But I love fresh spinach, and it is also, it's the one thing that I love to make in salads that my kids will actually eat. They don't mind the spinach. It has a nice
baby leaf
subtle
spinach.
flavor.
Good, exactly.
And
it's good for you.
It can go in all sorts of things. Smoothies, tacos, sandwiches, burgers, you name it.
Yeah.
I love that, yes.
And today's a quiche. We have a quiche.
We're doing a quiche. So our quiche today is called Christmas Morning Quiche, okay? And it's from Marylou. So thank you, Marylou. And she says that they like to do this on Christmas morning.
I love Christmas morning.
Any morning a quiche is good, right?
Christmas morning is perfect.
Yeah.
Even better with a quiche.
I know.
Yes, and so this has a little ham, some cheese.
It sounds like a quiche.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Good.
So we're gonna see how it's made first, and then we get to taste it.
All right.
Tis the season. Tis the season.
Are we opening
Really
gifts
good,
yet?
yes. Look at how beautiful the spinach looks in
I
this
know,
quiche,
that's
too.
so green, so beautiful.
It is
With
beautiful.
the dice ham. Oh.
That's really
That
good.
does not remind me of canned spinach at all. It's so much better.
No.
It's so delicate. The
Really good.
smokiness of the ham is great.
A great way to start your morning.
Those eggs are nice
Beautiful.
and smooth.
Yeah.
And, no, this is really nice.
Yeah, Christmas morning. Mimosa? Anyone?
I like that idea.
That's a good way to get your spinach too. Look at that.
It is, yeah. And like you
Fantastic.
said, you can use spinach in a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But quiche Lorraine, is that what you?
Quiche
in French?
Lorraine, yeah.
Quiche.
Bacon, cheese. That's the traditional, but anything
Right,
in a
anything
quiche.
goes with quiche,
in a
right?
quiche.
Pretty much.
Little cheese. Here with lots of spinach.
Lots of spinach. Good
It's
job,
delicious.
Marylou.
Thank you, Marylou.
Yeah.
Marylou, thank you.
To get Marylou's recipe for Christmas morning quiche, visit wagrown.com. Well, there you have it. Spinach can be found in our farms, in our pasta, even in our smoothies. So the next time you get ready for the big game, think green. That's it for this episode of Washington Grown. Thanks for watching.